Happy Monday. Hello, I'm Eric Colburn from EricColburn.com, and welcome to this week's Motivational Monday video. So, I just came back from a long day surveying out in the cold, having a nice hot cup of coffee, and I was working on finishing up a boundary survey, which got me to thinking about what could be this week's video. And what I'd like to do this week is suggest that we work on being more organized with the monuments that are called for or the uncalled for monuments that we find in the field. So what I found in the past was we would start a survey and you would look at all your research and you would identify which monuments to look for, and you might take a copy of the tax map and jot down where the monuments are supposed to be found and put some of the geometry on to help you out there in the field. And that's great. Still do that. And you take that out in the field and you either find them, you don't find some of them, you definitely, I've discovered, you find a lot of other markers and monuments out in the field. And so what I did was, I found we were maybe not keeping track of the monuments that weren't found, or we weren't keeping track of some monuments that weren't located. They were found but not located. So what I did was I created what I call the Research Analysis Workbook, RAW or RAW, and it's nothing more than an Excel worksheet that I give a unique identifier for every monument. And then I write down what the monument is, what the origins of that monument are, if it's called for in a plat book or a deed. And then when we go out in the field, we find it, we write down what the condition of that monument is. If we don't find it, we write down a note, either we need to spend more time looking for this after some computations, or we think it fell in a brand new driveway and it might have been wiped out, or maybe even we found it destroyed. But then as we carry out the survey, we typically find a lot of uncalled for monuments. And so we'll write all those down with a general location, approximately what lot corner they're found at. And so when the survey is, the traverse and location is done, and we're working in the office, then what I can do is take the point numbers of all the points in the drawing that go to monuments and mark them down next to these listings of the monuments and identify, which monuments go to what documents, or which monuments we forgot to locate, or which monuments maybe need a little bit more work on to go out and try to find. So I think working graphically is great. Maybe you carry around some, like I say, the plat book, or the plat book, or the assessor's map or something like that, or you carry the record survey with you. I think that's great in the field. But I find that by keeping a listing of the monuments just allows you to be much more organized. And when you actually sit down and start to analyze the boundaries, it keeps you a lot more focused on identifying the monuments that are called for and knowing which ones go to what documents, and then obviously you can make your decisions as to what you're going to hold or not to hold. So what I'm going to do is this research analysis workbook will be shortly for sale on the store at ericcolburn.com/store. But if you'd like a free copy, for the first 10 viewers that comment, say they want a copy of it, I'd be happy to send you a free copy of the Research Analysis Workbook. And it also comes with an instructional, some directions that come along with it too. Again, it's not a very complicated thing, but what I found is it really added great focus to the survey work that we were doing, and kept us really on target with what we were supposed to be looking for, what we found, and what we actually located. And you can also contact me at ecolburn@ericcolburn.com, or go to ericcolburn.com, and there's several contact forms you can fill out there, and I'd be happy to send that along to you. So this week's Motivational Monday, I want you to just focus on being more organized with your field surveys, particularly when it comes to working with monuments, what's called for, what's not called for, what you found, and what you didn't find. So that's it. Thank you very much. If you get a chance, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please visit ericcolburn.com for additional land surveying and AutoCAD Civil 3D information and resources. Thank you. Work smart and be brilliant.